Dear students, greetings from Dr. T. Sindhil Murugan, Associate Professor and Head Department of Information Technology, Kakatiya Institute of Technology and Science, Warangal. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about inserting a new element in an existing array. Okay. So we have to create the array and we will give some values for those arrays. Then we have to insert a new element in different position of an array. That we are going to discuss in this video lecture. This is week 2, lecture 1 topic, classroom discussion topic 4, inserting an element in an array. Before starting this discussion, you must be know that lecture outcome. After completion of this lecture, student will be able to use an array and perform insert operation on data in different positions. Okay. So, if when we are inserting element into the array, first, we must be know that which is the lower bound, which is the upper bound. Okay. So normally array indexes starting from 0 to n minus 1. If we are creating array ai of 10, then array indexes starting with ai of 0 to ai of n minus 1. So the index is starting from 0 to n minus 1. So this is lower bound. This is upper bound. So why we need this lower bound, upper bound means we must we know how many elements we will store it. Okay. So if example already 8 elements I given the values. So a of 0 I assign some values. A of 1 I assign some values. Example 1, 2, 3 will take. So up to a of 8 I given values equal to a of 8 equal to 9 I given. So we can include one more element like the size is up to a of 9. I given only a of 8. A of 9 is free. Then I can insert the new element at the end. Then it is easy to allocate that value. Okay. So directly I can assign values for the last position. There is no complex for inserting new element at the end of the array. Okay. So directly I can assign the values. 10 equal to a of 9. So it is end of the array. So there is no difficulty to insert new element. Okay. So how many vacancies is there that we can do? So how we can insert it? First we have to check. Set the upper bound. So we want to add a new values means we have to increase the size of the memory. Okay. So upper bound is n minus 1 means so you can add plus 1. Okay. So one more memory space you have to allocate. Then which is allocated newly for that you can assign the direct value for that values. So already if a of n minus 1 is there, after adding 1 it is a of n. So then a of 10 it will come. Okay. So what are the steps we have to follow? First we have to increase the value of upper bound and new value will be stored in that upper bound only. So there is no complexity when we are adding the element into the end of the array. Okay. So if let assume mark 60 is there, that means 60 marks are there. Marks 1, mark 0 to mark 59 is there. Okay. Suppose there are 54 students are there. You are stored that value still 0 to 54. 54 is there. So next we want to add the next person mark means directly we can type marks of 55. Already 54 over. Marks of 54 already filled. So next mark of 55, that is n plus 1 value, directly we can assign the value. So in case we want to add it in the middle of the array, what we have to do? Okay, any position or middle of the array, we want to insert the values, then what we will do? So find first, calculate the lower bound and upper bound and show the member representation of the array. Finally, new data element with 75 is to be inserted. So they are given some data. So this is the array they are created and assign these values totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 values are there. Okay, so size of the array is 10. So the lower bound is a of 0. 0 is the lower bound. Upper bound is n minus 1. 9 is the upper bound that we are identifying. Okay. So A of 0, 12 is there. A of 9, 100 is there. So we want to insert 75. Where we have to insert is already sorted array. So then we have to insert where the values are fixed. So first we have to compare which position it will be. So we will check with the first position, it is not there. Second position, not there. So greater than or less than value we have to check. When we are checking this, it is greater values it comes, it is the lesser values then we can insert this position. Okay, so this position we can insert this value. So that position we have to find, after that we will insert that value. Once insert that value, what we have to do? So this value, we are increasing the size, no? This value will come here, then this value come here, and this value come here. Like that, we can shift. Finally, this place, one place will be created. There we have to assign the values. Okay. So this is a best example. You just see here, whatever I said, it is there. So this is data 0 and data 1, data 2, data 3. The indexes, I already said, no, indexes starting from 0 to n minus 1. So total 10 is there, so up to 9 it is there. So we want to insert after 67, the 75 wants to insert. How we can do that? Okay. So the sixth position will be moved one position towards the right, accommodate the new value. So we have to insert new value, that is data 10. That 10, what we have to do? One value we have to shift it. 100 will be shifted to 10, 90 will be shifted to 9, and 89 will be shifted to 8, and 78 shifted to 7. And we can check that sixth position. No, the position is data 6. There we have to insert the 75. That is, we are explained slides. So how the insert algorithm is working? Four things we require to do this operation. First one, array name. Okay, which array we are going to perform this operation. Second one, number of elements of the array. What is the maximum size of the array? And position of the which elements to be inserted, which position we want to insert. And finally, value of the particular element that we have. First, what we have to do? First, initialize I with the total number of elements of the array. So this algorithm, you can see this algorithm easily, you can understand. Okay. So I with the total number of elements. Second step, while loop is executing, it all move all the elements having the index greater than position, one position towards the right side. Okay. So if we are given the sixth position, means from the sixth position we have to move one position forward or right side. So after shifting it, the sixth position may be free. So then directly we can assign the values to the sixth position. Okay. So if step 5, we increment the total number of elements in the array by 1. Finally, step 6, new values to be inserted there. So see here this example. So first, initially the data are like this. Totally 6 elements are there. I want to insert one element like what is it? 100 I want to insert. Where I have to insert that 100? In middle of the positions. Maybe the position number they are given 3. In third position I want to insert, means what I have to do? I have to create one more like data 6. That data 6, after creating, this value will be shifted one by one. So data 5 value shifted to data 6, data 4 value shifted to data 5, and data 3 value will be shifted to like this. So how it is happened? So 20 is there, we are creating new memory that will be shifted here. 20 is there. So now these two are changed. So this position over now. So the next position is 56. 56 will move to next step under data 5. So now both are equal here. So now 12. 12 will be moved to next position, data 4. So finally data 3 is free. Already data 3 is 12 only. But we can change it to data 4. So now it will not be affected any data. So here already 12 is there. Instead of that, directly we can assign the value data of 3 equal to whatever value is 100. We are added the 100. So if we are assigning this value, automatically it will be assigned. That is insertion. This algorithm, first initialization, set I equal to n, number of elements. While I is greater than that position, means we have to do this one more position. We will create array of indexing I plus 1, number of elements plus 1, and that value will be shifted to A of I, previous values. Okay, so A of I will be shifted to a of I plus 1. So like that it will up to the position is greater than or equal to this position, we can do this operation. So after that, what they have to do, I equal to I minus 1. Okay. So that means last element after adding it, it will cancel the I minus 1 means still this value after performing this step, it will reduce I minus 1. Why? Because the next element will be assigned to next position. So for that we are using I minus 1. Finally, n value we have to increase that one memory size. As the size of the array is increased, that will be assigned to n. Then in that particular portion, we given the given correct value, whatever input value we want to insert into the array, that we will assign to this particular position. That's all. It's a simple program. First, we are declared position, array, and numbers. So first we will check enter the number of elements in an array. So we are declared array maximum 10, but number of elements also 10. So you can insert the values for this array of percentage D they are given I value. Okay, so I value is starting from 0 to n minus 1. So it will get the scanf value. After getting, so what happened? The array will be created. A of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the values also getting here using this scanf statement. So after that, enter the number to be inserted. One number we will take it from the user, that is NUM. So this value we have to insert into this array. Where we have to insert? Okay. So position, which position we want to insert? That we have to take using this scanf statement. After getting position, the value will be shifted no from last value. So a of I plus 1. I plus 1 means n minus 1. So last position value shifted to next position. So I plus 1 value I equal to n minus 1 no, so n plus 1. So nth array of n equal to array of n minus 1 value. How it will be written? ARR I value is n minus 1 and plus 1 equal to ARR I value is n minus 1. So n minus 1 is example 10 location is there means 9. So ninth value will take it and added to this will be cancelled 10. So n equal to 10 means 10 minus 1. A of 9 value will be assigned to A of 10. Okay. So like that it will be shifted up to position. Okay. So fourth position means up to 4 it will be shifted. So finally directly we can assign array of fourth position equal to whatever value you are given, that will be assigned. So finally you can increase the size of the array n equal to n plus 1. So after inserting the element, you can print it using the for loop. Okay, so this is a simple program. After this is a sample output. Okay, so first initially you will give number of elements. You are given values for all the elements and enter the number to be stored. Numbers to be inserted. 0 we want to insert and the position they are asked. Third position we want to insert 0. So it will shift it to next position. Array of 5, array of 4, it will shift array of 3, will change the value and assign. Okay. So now time is the reflection part. After discussion of our entire topic, you must be answered. Insert will be declared as what are the values we want to give. A is the array name, then 2 dash is there, finally value is there. What are the things required to perform insert operation? I'll give 10 seconds time. You just write it the answer. If your answer is correct, proceed further. Otherwise, you will go back and watch the video again. Then you have to. This is your time. Okay. So number of elements and which position we want to insert. These two is the answer for this question. If you are written correctly, you can proceed further. Otherwise, go back and watch the video again. So insert element in an array. Already we discussed in summary. First, we have to create the array and we have to increase the memory size n equal to n plus 1. then we have to assign the new value for the n plus 1. If it is the value where we inserted in end of the array means directly a of n minus 1 plus 1 increase the size equal to new value, whatever value we are given, new value that we can directly assign if it is end of the array. Okay, if you want to insert that element in given position means we have to change it the values a of I minus 1 equal to a of I. So this value we have to, sorry, I plus 1. So here we will change it to next position, finally find the position. In that particular position you can assign the new values. Algorithm we discussed how to perform the insert operation. Then finally we discussed the sample program also with sample output also we discussed how the insert operation is performed. So now this is the time for lecture level problems. Develop a C program to create array with n element and insert a new element into the position of n by 2. After include it, check whether array elements are in sequence or not. If not, make it as sequence of array. Okay. So you will declare array a of n, then you have to insert value of a of n by 2 there. If you want to insert this position means you have to find this position is less than or equal to this value. Up to this value we have to shift it. Finally you can find this position and this position you can assign the values. After assigning the values you have to check entire values are in the ascending order. If it is ascending order no problem, otherwise you can make it the ascending order. Okay. We are now in the end of this video lecture. Having completed this discussion on inserting an element in an array, now students should be able to use an array and perform the insert operation on data in different positions. I hope you are enjoyed this video and also you learned how to insert element in an array in different positions. You can be able to write the program for that also. Okay. Even if you have further doubt, you can check chapter 3.5.2 in Srimataraja textbook. Further doubt, you can refer the tutorial sheets. So remaining doubts, you can write it and come for discussion in the classroom. Thank you very much.